Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's message is maybe going to be a little bit controversial. I'm sure that I'm going to get a bunch of you guys out there who just do not agree with me at all. But the reason why I wanted to bring this message to you, which is all about why compromise costs us our most valuable resources, and I'm going to tap into exactly what I mean by those resources. But the reason why I wanted to bring this message to you guys today is because I think it was about a week or two ago, I was doing a Facebook Live and I mentioned how the word compromise absolutely makes me cringe and I hate it. And I said that I'd deliver a message to you guys. I totally forgot, and I think it was Elia. He actually mentioned to me yesterday, you know, what happened to that? Like, I want to hear you talk into why you hate compromise, and that's why I wanted to deliver this message to you guys today. So this is my perspective on it. I know a bunch of you out there will have a billion different reasons as to why I'm wrong, and that's great and that's fine. And I just feel like this is something that is quite different. I don't know, I actually haven't had this conversation with many other people about, you know, this perception that I want to share with you around compromise. But ultimately, you know, why I believe that compromise costs us our most valuable resources, and what I want to refer to as those resources are our time, our authenticity, and our emotional intelligence. Because, and there's so many reasons that I want to share with you guys as to why I really believe this, but whenever I hear great intentioned people talk into how, you know, you've got to compromise, or, you know, in any relationship, well, to have a great relationship, you have to know how to compromise. I think that that is complete BS, and the reason why is because I actually think that compromise has ended up being a really unresourceful way of ending conflict, and it never lasts. And the reason why it doesn't last is because the very definition of having to compromise, it really suggests that we must give up something that's important to us in order to get a mutual result. But at the end of the day, you know, we are always going to live within our values. Whatever we value most at our core, we will always live into. So compromise at the expense of what matters most to us is going to be short-lived. It's going to be reliant on willpower, and that's why I call it a really unresourceful way of ending conflict, because it just doesn't last, and we always feel like we've lost when we've had to compromise something. And what a new way of looking at it that I hope resonates with you guys out there. I hope this adds value to you. But I'm a big believer in knowing what your values are and stepping fully into those and aligning with those. And I love what Dr. John Demartini talks into when he says that the most caring relationship is one in which we can talk and communicate within each other's values. So if I know what my values are and I know what your values are, and I want to create an extraordinary quality of relationship where we can be all of who we are, and we can support and grow and have freedom, because love equals freedom. Love is not restriction. Then ultimately, I need to find a way. I need to get resourceful and find a way that I can communicate to you within your values and what matters most to you, and ask for my values to be met through you meeting your values. I know that's a mouthful. I hope that that sinks in, but let me reiterate it to you again. So in order to have a truly loving and caring relationship, we do not use compromise. Compromise suggests that I need to give up something that I value, you need to give up something that you value, so that we can find some other way of being, and that is the compromise. And it's best intentioned, but at the end of the day, it takes willpower, and at the end of the day, we will always find ways of aligning with what matters to us most, with our own values. So it's going to be short-lived if you're compromising on the things that matter most. And ultimately, to have that true connection and that caring relationship, I need to be fully aware and have identified what my values are. I need to know what your values are. We need to be able to communicate about truthfully what our values are at our core. And then we need to be able to figure out ways and get resourceful and do the work it takes to be able to communicate within each other's values. If I know what's important to you, being loving and caring is me communicating within your values to do things that are going to meet my values too. And, that can be used for good or bad, that could be used for evil, I guess, from people who are, not good intentioned, and they're trying to just, people might term that as manipulation to be able to communicate in what you want to get what I want. But ultimately, like I said, I love how DeMartini talks into this, and that is having a loving, caring relationship, being able to know what another person's values are and communicate in such a way that we can both have our values met, and we don't have to compromise, which, like I said, suggests that one of us or both of us has to miss out on something that matters to us. All right, so that is my perception on compromise. And, that's why I'm hoping that this message resonates with you, because, I mentioned to you that the resources that I'm referring to that compromise costs us is our time, because we're not utilizing and living our full capacity in every moment, because we're having to waste time on compromise and limiting ourselves. It's also mainly, my main focus for this is it's costing us our authenticity. We get way too many messages throughout our lifetime that suggest that, our values shouldn't be that way, and that we need to change who we are in order to be acceptable and approved of. And that is the kind of message that compromise sends to us. It suggests that we must give up something that matters to us in order to make another happy. And that to me is not love. That to me is not an extraordinary quality of relationship. We need to get more resourceful in our ways of, finding ways that I can fully be all of who I am, and you can be fully all of who you are, and we find how that works, not at the expense of our truth, but actually in collaboration and in conjunction with each other's truth. So hope that's resonating. And also that final third valuable resource that compromise costs us is our emotional intelligence, because we stay stuck in that limiting belief that we must compromise in order to have a great relationship, instead of building our emotional intelligence, doing the work to be fully self-aware of what we value, to be open-mindedness and loving and caring enough to want to know and be curious about what another person values, and then find ways where there's that overlap, where there's that interdependence, where we can fully be who we are and fully live within our values and encourage another to live in their values too, knowing full well that we will always find a way to live within our values. So we might as well get resourceful about it. We might as well be mindful about it and conscious about it and design how we want our lives to be, rather than fall into default, try and compromise and limit ourselves and restrict ourselves, and knowing that willpower doesn't last forever, and there's going to be ups and downs and all of it. So I really, really, really hope that each and every one of you who has been able to join me today has gotten value from this message. I can't wait to jump in the chat here and see how you guys are going and who's been able to join. I'd love to hear your comments, your feedbacks, your criticisms of my perception here, whatever, throw it at me. And I'd love to hear what your perspective has been. And if how I've communicated about it today, if that's allowed you to sort of shift, if you've been open-minded enough to be open to a new perspective on compromise and wanting to shift that and shift out of compromise to how can we collaborate in terms of our values, so that we can fully be all of who we are with one another. And that's ultimately the depth of connection and relationship stems from our authenticity, not in another reason why we shouldn't be all of who we are, and we need to give up something, because that is just scarcity mindset. And I want each and every one of us to live from an abundant mindset where we know that love equals freedom, and freedom is diminished in terms of compromise. So hope that was really valuable to you guys. I can't wait to check in with you and see who's joined. I've got Natalie and Roy and Elliot and Jeremy. Love having you guys here, and Samuel and Mike and Jacqueline and Eric and David and Billy and George and Jonathan's here. I love it. And Mike from Philly. Awesome. And Diaz and Tomakan. Thanks for being here, and Bradley and Naji and Kamal and Judy and Brittany and Jace is here, and Stella and awesome David. I'm loving that you've gained value from today's live, and Francisco, thanks for being here, and Ismael and Stella, good morning to you, and Kane. Sorry guys, it just popped off for a moment. I've got poor internet connection, but Stella's here from Thailand, and Jean and Simone and George and Gary and Gumit and William and Shane, and yes, good morning to you, Shane, and Al and Robin, yo to you, and Eddie and Josie and Stephen and Bobby is here, and Robin. I'm 3 a.m.-ish here. Wow, 1 week no smoking, still vegan, left band to focus on recovery. Love the vids, keep shining your light. Oh, so welcome, Robin. Thank you so much for your words of encouragement there. I absolutely love that you've done a whole week without smoking. You are an absolute superstar, and I love that you're joining live even if it's 3 a.m. Yeah, appreciate you so much. Thanks, Robin. And Mitik, thanks for being here, and Alicia and Satish. It's always fascinating and inspiring to listen. Oh, thank you. You're doing great service to humanity and showing to right pathways. Oh, and thank you so much for your kind words there, Satish, from India. Love having you here, and appreciate you so much. I'm blown away by the quality of people who keep showing up, and you guys inspire me so much. You're the reason why I do what I do, and you give me so much energy, and you give me a platform to be able to do what matters most to me and live within my values. So I appreciate you so much, and it absolutely touches my heart when I know that I'm in some way adding some sort of value. So thank you so much for your kind words there, Satish. Much appreciated. Thanks, Bobby. Love it. I love that I'm being a power source. And Gary, awesome to have you. And Jace, yes, respecting each other's values, total honest communicating is the key for me. Absolutely, Jace. I completely resonate with that 100%. And, you've got to be self-aware. You've got to know what your values are, and you've got to have the courage to communicate. Otherwise, what are we wasting our most valuable resource on this planet, our time on? So I absolutely love that, Jace. Thanks so much for sharing. Love that. And Dennis is here. And Gary, I'm grateful that you're finding value here. And Stella, thank you so much for your kind words. Likewise, you inspire me. And Joshua, thanks for being here. Awesome, Dennis. I love having you in the Limitless Potential Inner Circle community. Guys, it is rocking in there. If you haven't joined already, I've put the link up, so request to join. There are so many beautiful souls in there, like-minded individuals who are looking to support, encourage, and enhance each other's lives. There are a bunch of leaders in there. It's so inspiring. They're rocking my socks, absolutely. And I got to connect with a beautiful human being. Shout out to you, Simona. I just got off a call about an hour ago with, and that group was created about an hour after she went through a big transition in her life, and she's gotten so much value from the group she was sharing with me, the beautiful supportive people in that group. So I absolutely encourage each and every one of you to join us. We would love to have you in there. It's so inspiring. And love having you in there, Dennis. It's so cool. And Rose is here. Hello. And George, hello to you. And Mitchell and George, shout out to your son Edric for his birthday. Woohoo. Awesome. Happy birthday, Edric. Love it. And Rebecca's here, and Bobby, thanks for being here, and Ali, Good morning to you. And Jamie's here and Marcello from Brazil. I love it. So guys, I really hope, let me know any last questions, comments, feedback, any of it. I really hope that today's message has resonated with you, or it's got you thinking, and it's got you maybe questioning in terms of, you know, what is my perception on compromise, and how could I shift it? How could I use today's message to empower me in all of my relationships moving forward? Do you know what your values are? If you don't, I'm always sending people over to Dr. John Demartini's website. Do his values determination test. To me, it's been the best one that I've come across, because we can be so idealistic in terms of what we think our values are, and when we just take it through his system, I believe it's the best to get real serious clarity and be really realistic about what your true values are. So that is, let me know, guys. Definitely if you have any last questions. And I've got Shay here, and oh no, Hassani. I've been saying Hassani, and Hassani, I really want it, Hassani. I think I got it right. Oh my gosh, you tested me on the spot. But Hassani, thank you for speaking on compromise. Awesome. This is teaching me a lot about creativity, resourcefulness in relationships. I love that. I'm so grateful that it's added value to you. Hassani, I need to practice your name again. I feel like I'm getting to know a new person because I've been calling you Hassani for like months. So I hope that I did it right. And George, thank you to you. Awesome. I love that he's super excited. And awesome, guys. That is my message for you guys today. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you about if this has been valuable to you or not. I am absolutely, awesome. I'm absolutely sending you so much love, light, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I love your engagement. I love how genuine, how open-minded you are, how like-minded you are, and it warms my heart so much when I see you guys building relationships with one another and engaging with one another. And that's what the Limitless Potential Inner Circle community is all about, connecting all of you brilliant people together in the one place where we can all access higher and higher levels of our limitless potential together, get the support we need, get the encouragement we need, get the challenge that we need, and definitely move up from there. Hassani, oh my God, I need to practice that. I love that I got it. I think you might be just being too kind. But Miriam, thanks for being here, and Eric's here, and Oob, and Sarah. Awesome, guys. I'm just about to sign off, but I really hope that you guys catch the recording and get a ton of value from it. And Shane, yes, always get something from your lives. Appreciate you too, Nessa. Thank you so much, Shane. Much appreciation for you as always. I love seeing you guys pop back day and day after each other, and I love that so much. It really touches my heart. So again, all of my love. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. So keep having an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I will see you then.